So a month ago, I joined this brand new world, but I didn't join it alone. No, I'm accompanied by some familiar faces and even some unknown faces that you guys might recognize. We all then went ahead and we filled this world with a bunch of mods, but the two main mods, Minecolonies and Create version 6. And during this time on the server, we went and tamed up a bunch of dogs. I don't have this one yet. Come, puppy. Here, puppy. Come. Yes, defeated not one, but two end dragons.
Okay.
It's usually
Yep.
it's usually not the best idea.
There's
to
two
go all-
dragons.
What? No, there are two. And got the foundations laid for our brand new base on the BeCreative SMP. Hello everybody, I'm Dio and welcome to the BeCreate SMP. So, like mentioned, the SMP started about a month ago and I've been a bit busy with some IRL things like work and family visiting, so I'm a little bit behind, but I have hopped on here every now and then and farmed a little. I built this little rickety path going down into the area that will be base. I sorted out my inventory and I gathered some chicken, and then I made a little pathway down here. I fixed up this area, added this little bridge and a little ladder going up, where we have a bunch more dogs and what will potentially be another part of the base area. But we need to do some serious upgrading so that we can get on track with this series. So the first thing we need to do is maybe get ourselves some items to create a clipboard, because I think it's important for us to make a little list of all the items that we already have that's create related and all the items we do need, so we can set up a little temporary workstation, I think, in this area. So to do that, we're going to go into our backpack, and I do believe the recipe for, there we go, clipboard is like that. And now we can start to write down the things that we think will be needed in a basic starting workshop. Okay, and I think this will be the basic list. We're going to need a mechanical press, a smelter washer, haunter cooker, a mixer, deployer, millstone, and a lava farm. Lava farm's not really create orientated, but it will just help us start to gather some lava that we will need if we're going to branch into infinite lava production. Then we also have items we're going to need: water wheels, shaft, cogs, and gearboxes. So with that list in mind, I think we should see how many of these we can make. So first things first, we're going to need a lot of metal sheets. So we're going to do this little method, the old hand crank, and then we're going to take some iron and we're going to just stand here and make a ton of these into sheets. It's going to take some time, so I don't know, I'll maybe just do this little part sped up. But yeah, let's go. And now that we have some plates, we can start to make a few of these things. So the first thing we're going to work towards is a mechanical press, which we don't have to do because we already have one over here and we have one depot. So mechanical press is down, and depot, I'm going to click now. I wrote here 3 because we're going to need 1 for the mechanical press, 2 for the deployers, and then we're also going to need an additional 2 for the fans. So that's 5 in total. So we do have 1, and then we just need to go and add 5 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, well, 4. Yeah, that's correct. 3, 4, 5. Yes. So 5. So let's just grab all of these as well. So we have those. And then next thing on the list, we're going to need 2 mechanical fans. So if we go over here and we say fan, where is it? Oh, it's right over here. We're going to grab that and we're going to make 2 of those. Here we go. We've got 2 mechanical fans. That's another one ticked off. Cauldrons for dripstone. Oh, well, and then we're going to need dripstone as well. I do believe we do have cauldrons in here, and we have precisely 3. But do we have dripstone? Where will that be? Okay, we don't have dripstone, but I can always go and fetch. There's quite a lot all over. I actually think if we go just directly this way, which is the south. Oh, that gave me such a fright. There should be like a dripstony field. Yeah, there we go. The llama's still on the dripstone. That's the funniest thing ever. But if we were to just maybe nab some of these tips off, like that one. Oh, that's 2. And maybe just 1 over here. Oh, that's 2 again. And then can we just shave some of this off? Just like that. Perfect. And now we can head back to base. Perfect. So we've got the dripstone for the lava farm. That is done. So we've got cauldrons and lava farm we're going to build. We have a millstone. We need 2 deployers. And for deployers, let's first skip that one. Let's first go mixer. Mixer. We need 1 of these. And now we can make 1 of those. Perfect. Got a mixer. And this is just to say, okay, so these are the machines. So we're going to take them off now, but we will take them off again. So we just need 2 deployers. And the deployers, we're going to need brass plates. And brass we're going to make with a cauldron over a blaze burner. Is that the only way? That is the only way. I thought there might be a new way in this version, but no. Okay, so I'm going to go look and see if I can find one of these somewhere. So I opted to not cheese the whole production of brass and rather go into the nether. I haven't been yet, so this is going to be interesting. So what we need to do is grab some netherrack, make some blaze burners, and after we get some blaze burners, go find a fortress and make some, well, grab some blazes, I guess. So I think I have everything. I've got 8 firework rockets. I've got wings. I've got armor. I've got food in my backpack. Maybe I'm just gonna go quickly grab some more rockets if possible. Okay, correction, we don't have any more gunpowder, so we're just gonna go in. So we've got 8 rockets to find ourselves a fortress. So if I don't see something close to where we come out, like right over here, we might actually go to someone else's portal, I think. Like, I don't instantly see something. Okay, I'm gonna scout around and then I'll bring you guys back once I find something. So we nearly died. We nearly died, and if I did not have this warp stone, I would not have made it out in time. We've, however, managed to get ourselves 5 blaze burners filled up with the blazes, actually, and then we've got a bunch of netherrack and some quartz that we're going to need in the future. So I would say that it's somewhat a great success. I will go back and get myself some nether wart at some stage, but for now, I think we've got enough to set up a little temporary little thing to make some brass real quick. Okay, so for the system, we're going to do a little blaze burner. We're going to do ourselves a cauldron. We're going to add our mechanical mix on top. Do our little cog over there. Do our little manual power for this. We're going to grab 1 piece of coal. I do believe 1 will be enough. But before we start that, we're going to chuck in our copper and our andesite alloy, 8 of each. So that should give us 16. So if we do this and we do this, why is this not working? Oh, it's andesite alloy. That's not going to work. We need zinc. I'm a total fool. So it's zinc. That's my bad. I was just about to say, I know that should work. There we go, and it mixes. And we got mixing it up. And this should give us our brass. So I'm just going to let this go, and when it's done, we can get that little brass age achievement. There we go, that should be it. And 16 brass ingots. So now with this, we can go ahead and make our deployer, which means I think we need to make them into sheets. Yeah, 8 sheets. And we need a total of 2 deployers, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I want 2 deployers. Okay, so I'm going to rip this out, turn it into sheets, and then I'll bring you guys right back. Well, I made the deployers, and then I forgot that we're going to have to make some electron tubes. And that's just the basics. That's just the basics of the whole Create mod. Getting started takes way longer than I remember, but like mentioned, it's just the start of it. So we need to sand these down, get ourselves some electron tubes, and now we can use that to get that. We need to get 2 of those. There we go. And there we go, 2 deployers. And now we're ready to do this whole setup. So I'm going to clear out a bit of space and then we can see if we can fit in everything into this little area and get ourselves a starter or temporary starter little workshop going. Okay, so we've cleaned up this area. I decided to go a little bit into this area over here because now we can add some of the contraptions in this area. It's a bit hidden away. And then I thought about doing the water or the power source in this area because, again, I like that idea of walking among the contraptions and the movement and stuff like that. So we'll enter over here. We'll have water coming from the roof over there, and it will flow down and it will crash into these water wheels that will sit right over there and there. And hopefully it won't spill. I guess we can actually just test it. But if we were to place a water source right there, it should flow down. And we have water. Well, we have power. We don't have water. And then the idea is to, well, add leaves, of course, but to dig into this side of the wall, if I can get up here, and do the speeding up of the power in this area, and then route it back to this area where we have our different contraptions. So I'm going to do the speeding up part. You all know how it works. For now, it's going to be big cog, small to big to small to big to big to small, something like that. So I'm going to do that real quick, and then when we get back, we can place our contraptions or different little stations in this area. Also, I noticed this thing. I don't have space. The stair needs to go upside down. Yeah, that's going to bug me less. Okay, cool. I'm going to route the water real quick. The power. So I opted to not speed up this water wheel first and rather to get these items in. And I put them like this because we're going to need these items, or not in a specific order, but these are all the contraptions. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those, 1 millstone, and the lava can actually just go anywhere because it's going to be temporary. So we might add it, yeah, we might not add it, but either way, we can get started. So the first 2 I think we need to do is the washer and the cooker. And I'm thinking we don't have a lot of space to go up in this area, so they might have to go a little bit deeper in. And I'm thinking maybe we can add them right over here. So let's do this. And let's open all of this up. And then I'm thinking we can do the power source going into them over there. We can have our actual fans over there. And then our little depots underneath them. Like so. Yeah, that can work. So we can do that and that. And then we'll have our 2 different items in this area. So we'll have leaves to waterlog for the whole washing and the campfire. But yeah, that's it. So now we just need to get power in there. And I think we're going to need chain drives, I guess. I'm not really sure if there's something newer we can use in this. But for now, we're just going to use what we know. And we'll upgrade it as we progress in this world. Because again, remember, this is a temporary little setup for these little workshop farms if you want to. So let's rip that out. Let's do this and this. And let's do another one. So we'll do that. We will have our little leaf block over there. We'll have our campfire over there. And then, well, this is quite simple. We'll just waterlog our leaves. And now that should be our washer. And we can just add another depot over there. And that will be our cooker. So we'll just have to hook it up. And I'm also going to disguise these with stairs, maybe. I do believe we have some more stairs. Yeah, we can do that. Oh, we only have 2. Like that. And then we'll fix up all of this as well as we go along. So we've got those 2 done. Next, I think we need to add our 2 deployers, I guess. So we'll do... I think we need to leave it open in the corner. Well, not open. We're not going to do anything there. Maybe we can do deployers like this. With something like that. So, and the reason why I want 2 deployers, I want to give the one an axe so I don't have to switch it around, so I can come strip stuff here, and the other one will just, well, literally deploy. So we've got 2 deployers in that area. Then we need to do our press, which I think we can do right over there. We don't want to go through there. There's the door. So maybe we can do press, and that is another one like that. And then what we can also do is we can turn these around, I guess. Yeah, so we can feed them in with a single power source coming in from over here, which we can connect to that. Okay, that's perfect. So we've got those. And then we can close it up over here once we're done to make the corner a bit neater. And that leaves us with a mechanical mixer. I also don't know if we need the millstone. I really don't know if we need the millstone. I'm also thinking, yeah, let's do the basin over here. So we'll do the basin over there, and then we're gonna add a little blaze burner underneath. And then okay, we don't have another stair for now, but that's fine. But that should be it. And now we've got the door over here. We can do a little table with a storage and stuff like that in there. But this should be it for our little workstation. I'm going to leave the millstone and the lava out for now, and let's see if we can connect all of this up and if it works. But that should basically be it. We can do maybe some storage on this side, some more storage, do a bit of leafage in this area, connect it all up, cover this area, fix it up, maybe add some more of the jungle logs and jungle planks in this area. So I think I need to do just that. I need to connect it to the power and beautify it, and then we can see if all of this works accordingly. Okay, so we're back before we connected it up, and I thought about it for a little bit, and we're just going to make a rotational speed controller. So we're going to rip that out. We're going to put a temporary little handle on this one. There we go. We're going to chuck down our gold plates, and I just want to make sure if we say rotational, what is the combo again? So it's small, big, nugget, small, big, nugget. So if I do small and I rotate, big. Oh, it's we have to do one at a time. Okay, big, nugget, small, big, nugget. And we just continue this a few times. Is that it? That's it. Okay, cool. So now we have that, and now we can just do one of these. We just need to get ourselves a log. There. We need that chest or that backpack. We put that down. We just strip it. There's our brass nugget. We do that. We can do that. And we have ourselves a rotational speed controller. So this should be fairly simple now. Now that we have all of that in place, we can just rip that out. Let's put the secondary hand back. Okay, so now I'm just going to connect it and tidy this area up, and then we'll see if it all works. I just had to bring you guys back for my first rotational speed controller, so I'm happy I did. But now we can power up this entire mini workshop. And we've done it. We've finished up the little workshop, and we made it look a little bit nicer, and I think I love this idea. And for the first time, I'm building with jungle logs, and I don't really hate it. So if we head on over here, I did add a bunch of glowberries and some birch leaves, because we just need to bring this area to life because it was so dry and I guess rocky. But we will add some more of the mossy cobble ourselves to the floor. But for now, this is what we have over here. So this looks a lot more lush. And if we head on over here, we have our brand new little temporary workshop, and I do like it. We've got a little chest here with some coal for our blaze burner. We've got all of these contraptions. We did have to move the water over one because I forgot about water and lava touching each other and creating obsidian. So we did have a little incident, but we've got this little system. We expanded the little platform so it's a bit bigger, and we also still have our little service door that goes into that area accessible through there. So yeah, I think I like it. I love this little workshop, and we're not really caught up with the other members of the server yet, but I do think this puts us in a really decent position to get creative and build a bunch of create contraptions and get caught up with the rest of the gang. But that sadly brings us to the end of this very first episode on the BeCreative SMP, which I'm pretty excited about. This series will be our chilled version of the Create mod, where we get to explore Create version 6 at our own pace and interact with some amazing server mates. So they will all be linked down in the description, so go check them out. And be sure to give them lots of love and likes. And if you haven't done so yet, do smash that subscribe button. And I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye for now.